playing for a team that has such great talent, but also an iconic franchise. And in addition to that, what was it like having Magic right down the street from you an hour before he was supposed to meet with you to talk about becoming a Laker?
Well, I mean, I think the excitement around the game for me in general, no matter what uniform I'm in, I'm just always humbled that I'm able to play this game at this level. I think we all know, and it can speak for itself, that this franchise has been a historical franchise in this league for years. You know, don't even have to talk about the years they won championships, talk about the players that came through this franchise, that's worn this uniform, so that's an excitement in its own right. And then it's just always humbling for me anytime I get an opportunity to be a part of something special, and I believe the conversation I had with Magic that night was a special night, so I'm happy to be in this point today.
LeBron, welcome to Los Angeles. I want to know how it feels. I know you've been with two teams before. Cleveland, obviously, we all think of you probably most with the Miami experience. You did very well there. What is it like to move to another place? I know you live here during much of the season, so it's not like a brand new experience, but what is it like to just change the location where you're going to be competing and represent another city?
I mean, well, it's always challenging when you move, no matter if you do it as a professional or if you've done it, in your adolescent days, which I did a lot. So, moving from place to place is something that, I've been accustomed with, especially growing up, where I come from. So, it's more challenging for your family, and your friends that take the leap and take the change as well. It's an uncomfortable position for them at the beginning, uncomfortable for me as well. Just, learning new streets, learning new routes, learning new, new people, being around a different environment. So it's always a learning experience when you have to change locations. So, it's an adjustment that myself and my family and my friends will all adjust to, but we'll be fine because we have each other.
Hey, LeBron, Kurt Sandoval from ABC7. Curious, as a man who's been to the NBA Finals 8 consecutive years, the last time you weren't in the Finals is when this franchise was in the Finals. What's your expectations as a man who's measured by championships?
Well, my expectation, is to try to get better every single day. I don't expect nothing. You work for what you want, and you can't expect anything. I think that's all. For me, it's all part of the process, and we don't know. It's the unknown. The unknown is, what to expect at the end of the road. So I don't ever base anything off of that. What I know I can bring to the table is, being committed to, having excellence, every single day from a mindset standpoint and from, how I prepare to go out and play. So, everything else take care of itself.
Lauren Jones, LA Sentinel. LeBron, obviously, a definition of success for a successful season would be a championship. But are there any other markers or indicators that you have for this season being successful?
I don't believe that. I don't believe the only thing of success you mark in the season is winning a championship. There's only one champion, but that doesn't mean you're not successful. I think, there's going to be wins and losses and things of that nature, but what you can control is how you prepare every day, how we prepare every day to try to get better every day. We're a new ball club coming together. Obviously, they have some returning guys, but as far as the ball club, we're all new to each other. So, we have to, take our bumps and our bruises. We have to, there's going to be good times, there's going to be bad times, and that's what happens with a team that's new. But if we continue to work the process and we continue to, sacrifice for one another and put in the commitment and the time to being great, then, everything else will fall into place, as I said before.
Hey, Lance, what have you noticed most in the scrimmages? You've had basically the full team, minus a couple guys out. What have you seen about where you might fit in for this season?
First of all, I've seen how much shape everyone was in. You could see all of the progress and how much these guys have been working hard to get ready for the season. And my goal is just to come in and help this team and have fun and bring that defense mentality.
Hey, Lance, over here to your left. Can you just talk a little bit about so many battles you've had with LeBron James, battles with Rondo as well. Now getting a chance to play with the two of them, maybe just the intangibles they bring to the table and what you think that will mean coming up this season.
Those are definitely great battles, and just to be on the same team as those guys, and you can learn from them, see what they do during their off time, and just learning from them every game. So I think it's definitely going to help everyone out, and I'm looking forward to it.
Lance, James, to your right, James Allen, Angels Radio, AM 830. The one thing I admire about your game is how aggressive you are, not afraid to back down from the challenge. But being around a guy like LeBron James, how do you think that, I mean...
A lot of people are saying you've been trying to get here for a couple of years now. Now you finally got here. What do you see as your role here now? Is it teacher, starter, supporter? What do you look at as your role now?
I think it's everything, all of the above. I'm not defined as in one thing. Coming here, Magic and I talk, Rob talk to me. I'm just here to bring what I can to the team, the intangibles, obviously be a leader, hold guys accountable, and bring the championship mentality.
Rajon, over here. First of all, welcome to LA. You being the floor general that you are and creating opportunity for other players, what are some of the things that you're seeing in the younger players and some of the things that you're going to teach those intangibles to the younger players as the season progresses?
I think the attention to detail, I believe, as far as being in the right position defensively, offensively, knowing how to move and space well without the ball. I can go on and on with things I'll be able to teach those guys, but for the most part, I want to do it with film. Consistent habits, continue to work on those daily, and continue to try to go to the bigger picture. Understand we have one common goal, and we got to all make sacrifices to get to that goal.
Hey, Rajon, LeBron was talking about years ago playing against you, and just you both see the game a certain way. He said there's only so many guys that can think it like that, and he wondered what it would be like to have a teammate that could be on that same page. And I know it's just been a couple of scrimmages, but how do you think that could play out? What kind of advantages could you guys get from that?
I'm excited about that opportunity to play with a guy that is on that level of excitement and understand how to break down the game physically and mentally within a quick second. So LeBron is one of the greatest IQ players that we've ever seen in this game today, and being on the floor with him, I'm sure is going to make everyone else, even myself, the job a lot easier. And that's what I'm here to do as well, is make his job a lot easier. Make the young guys understand what we need to do as a team to win games.
Hey, Rajon, I want to ask you a quick question. I saw some family here with you today while kind of walking around, and kids always keep it very honest with you. What do they think about you being a Laker now and playing with LeBron?
Well, my kids were too young. I think my daughter was just born when I won the championship in Boston. So other than that, they haven't seen me in the green uniform. So a couple guys here that was on the Lakers staff said something to me earlier as far as they're not used to me in this color. So I'm not either, but I'll get comfortable in next couple days.
LeBron was talking a little bit about how cerebral of a player you are, and how that's one reason that he's always wondered what it would be like to play with you because of how you see the game. I'm wondering, what have the conversations that you guys have had about basketball been like just in the gym so far? Has it been fun to sort of talk on the same level with someone? It
is. We haven't really gotten too much in detail. We obviously want to focus on the main factors on what it's going to take for these young guys to catch up with us and understand what it takes to win. So just being great leaders. Obviously, communication is very important between both of us, and obviously passing it down to the young guys. So, like I said, no disrespect, no knock to any of my teammates in the past, but Kevin Garnett was probably my favorite teammate as far as communication-wise. The first thing I noticed about Kevin, the first day we played a pickup, 2007. It was crazy how loud he was talking on the floor. So I'm excited to get back to that moment to where someone behind me is talking defense, talking to me where I need to be on the floor, pick coming left, flare right. So with that being, having a safety or a linebacker behind you dictating and telling you everywhere to go, it's going to make my job and everyone else's job a lot easier.
What are you most looking forward to about getting training camp actually started and just getting the season going?
Getting the season going, that's what I'm looking forward to. Playing games, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Hey, JaVale, what have you noticed most in some of the 5-on-5 runs? So whether that's some of the new veteran teammates you're playing with or some of the young guys, what's popping out to you so far?
What I've noticed is the competitiveness of everybody. The vets are extremely competitive, and the young guys are competitive. It's just 5-on-5, open gym in the summer, and we're pissed that we're losing or that we only want to win. So it's definitely a positive thing, and I just like to see how competitive guys are.
Hey, JaVale, you played for Luke as an assistant coach up at Golden State.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, what are you looking forward to most as him as your head coach? This is the system they run out here.
I'm definitely excited just because he did coach at Golden State the year before I got there. And it was just so he definitely knows the system, and I definitely trust his coaching style to be at just like Steve's. So that's definitely good.
Hey, JaVale, right over here to your left. With all your experience just in the NBA, obviously winning 2 NBA championships as well, what are some of the things you could teach some of the young kids that just haven't gone through that experience yet with some of the youth that the Lakers have?
It's a trek. It's a lot of time. People like I've been on teams where we ended the season April 13th, 15th, and had a lot of summer. But being on the Warriors the last 2 years has definitely been an amazing experience, just being able to be in the postseason that long and winning the championship. So just being able to tell these young guys that they'll be able that they need to pace. They don't need to pace themselves, but they need to stay healthy. They need to stay focused. They need to keep working, and it'll definitely be a great season if they do those things.
JaVale, Victor Brick, AM 570, LA Sports over here. Welcome to LA. Bron said it's like starting from scratch with this squad, with all the young bloods, and you've come from a championship situation. Do you feel the Lakers are starting from scratch, or there's an excellent base to work from?
Yeah, I think it's a great base. I think it's a fantastic base. We have a lot of vets who've won and who've worked that hard their whole careers and knows what it takes. So I don't think we're really starting from scratch. We have to bring the young guys in, but luckily these young guys on this team worked extremely hard, and they're very malleable. They really want to learn, especially from LeBron and just us as vets. So it's definitely a positive thing, and I think we're all going to mesh very well.